What's up, everybody? This is Brad, and I've got a video for you guys today because I want to talk about this second wave of Dragon Ball skins in Fortnite. Because I think a lot of people, while they're very happy to see Gohan and Piccolo in the game, and they're very happy that more Dragon Balls in the game now. They even brought back the Kamehameha like everybody was really hoping they would. So good move there. But people, I think there's an overall feeling of being underwhelmed with this collab. And let me explain why. We've had 5 sets of official anime collabs with Fortnite so far. The first one was a Naruto collab, which came with 4 skins. The second one was a Naruto collab again with 4 more Naruto skins. Then you had the first Dragon Ball skin set, and they went all out with that one. I will admit, the first wave of Dragon Ball skins with Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Beerus, they treated that like it was a big deal. To the point that I was honestly convinced that the Dragon Balls were going to play a part in Fortnite's official storyline. I thought, because at the time, Darth Vader and Indiana Jones were heavily referenced in the storyline where relics were being teleported to the island by the Zero Point. You know, these strange mythical relics from these other worlds. And I'm like, well, that sounds like Dragon Balls could fit that category pretty well. And especially after that picture, the original tease for the first Dragon Ball set was a picture of Shenron over what was called the reality tree, which spawned from the Zero Point. I was like, Shenron's going to appear on the map? I was like, wow. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. That would have been really cool. So I'm like, I kind of agree with people saying, like, this feels like it could have been more, especially because Gohan has 2 alts if you, unless you count the cape back bling as a third version. It really is. So you get Super Saiyan Gohan and Ultimate Gohan. And for some reason, Ultimate Gohan is treated as like the default style for Gohan to be selected into. And I kind of get that because some video games have had Gohan in it and it was just as his ultimate form. But it's weird that, like, to use his built-in emote with that as his as the default, he powers backwards into Super Saiyan, and then to see the true emote, you'd have to use it again in the menu to get the real emote, the big power-up one. So it's weird, and of course some people are not happy that Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo didn't make it in the game, but I get it. I still think that, like, I understand that they don't want to put those forms in a game before they're in official Dragon Ball games, and people are still waiting on that. So I think it's kind of a silly stipulation, but I guess I understand it. But anyway, I had some ideas for what I would like to see them do for the next set of Dragon Ball skins, because I'm sure there will be more. I'm sure we'll get a third wave at some point. Probably, if we're going to get Dragon Ball skins at this rate every 2 seasons, that means that by Chapter 4, Season 3, we should see some more. Which, because of how big Dragon Ball is, who knows? Maybe we'll get a new set of Dragon Ball skins every season. There seems to be at least one new Marvel skin every season. I'm trying to think back to when we didn't get a Marvel skin in a particular season. I mean, Deadpool was in the Battle Pass for Chapter 2, Season 2. Captain America came out for Chapter 2, Season 3. Season 4 was an entire Marvel season. Season 5, you had like the Black Panther set with Miss Marvel and Taskmaster. Season 6, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. I mean, there have been Marvel skins releasing pretty much steadily, to the point we've got 3 different Spider-Man skins and Spider-Gwen in the game. Doctor Strange was part of the Battle Pass. Spider-Gwen was in the Battle Pass for Chapter 3, Season 4. Was there a new Marvel? Yeah, this season we got the Hulk in the game. So there you go. The current season has a Marvel collab. So yeah, it could be possible that they'll just start dropping some random Dragon Ball skins in the game. I'd be fine with that. Instead of doing like these big sets, what if they hype up just an individual character? You could do that for, say, a character like Frieza or Cell or something like that. But anyway, let me go through and tell you guys what I think they could do. So first off, I have an idea for a new pack. And that would be like the Android Saga Future Pack, or whatever you want to call it, where they would put in future Trunks, of course, and I would have them. Of course, this would be his default form. With Super Saiyan, of course, I would also give him his Dragon Ball Super look. I think because I think it would be kind of rough to make people choose between the purple-haired Z Trunks and then the blue-haired future Goku Black Trunks. Those are both good designs, I think, in my opinion. But I think that the purple hair one is just too iconic. And that's the one people would remember most, even if it's not the one that's, canon now or whatever you want to refer to it as. But for fun, I think they should also throw in, like, his movie appearance. Like, everybody loves the long-haired Trunks wearing these clothes with the sleeves ripped off of his jacket. I think a lot of people like that look, even if they say it kind of doesn't really fit him. But whatever. Maybe give him his Saiyan armor look. That would be cool, too. One he used to fight Cell in. Then you could go in with, of course, the obvious choice if we're going to do one for the Android Saga, Android 17. Of course, this is his Super attire. I would give him his Z attire, of course, too. Android 18. This is her Z attire. These are pulled from, these are renders from Dragon Ball FighterZ, I think. But, or supposed to be. This is her Z attire. She's worn a few different outfits through the years. You could give her that. Especially because there's not like a lot of like really popular and important. Well, I wouldn't say that. Like most of Dragon Ball's iconic characters are all male. So if you wanted a female skin, Android 18 seems like to be a good default like to that. Like she's easily one of the most powerful like women in Dragon Ball. So put her in there. She fits in perfectly for an Android Saga tribute. And then, of course, like I said, Perfect Cell. Like, everybody loves Perfect Cell. He's practically a meme himself at this point. I mean, Devil Artemis has made an entire, like, Perfect Cell versus is his own series of ongoing, like, random crossover episodes where Cell and Kermit the Frog end up in various little situations, and it's pretty funny. And that meme of Cell that was modded into like an NBA game doing slam dunks. Like there's a slam dunk emote in Fortnite. You could do that meme in Fortnite. And so, like I said, Fortnite to me is a meme game. And so that's what you should be going for. But then there's also plenty of other characters outside of that. Like I said, you could do sets for them. But I think even just individual skin releases would work for Dragon Ball. It's so massive. You don't have to do a 4 skin set unless you just really want to. But like Frieza, the biggest the most important antagonist in Dragon Ball, and certainly the most popular one, I think. I actually have argued and I've had an idea before to do a battle pass where the storyline is that there are various characters trying to take over the island for whatever reason. I think this would actually work pretty well with the Oathbound theme that's going the current season of like a kingdom trying to rise up from, I guess, effectively nothing as it stands. But I like the idea of, like, you know how everybody has always talked about Goku versus Superman as a fan fight they want to see? Well, my idea would be to take Frieza, put him in the battle pass, make him a part of the story of various factions trying to take over the island at the same time, and put Darkseid in there from DC. So you would have like part of the Fortnite map would be various, like it's doing now. It's pulling different dimensions and planets together to form a new map, and the 0 point is literally holding it together. So you could have one where the 0 point pulls in like a section of planet Namek from the Dragon Ball Z arc, and have Frieza there on the island as a boss. And then you could also have the 0 point pull in pieces of Apocalypse with Darkseid as a boss on the other side of the map. I think that would be a really cool idea, sort of like, instead of Goku and Superman, the two big heroes of those franchises, have the two big villains going after each other. That would be pretty cool. Of course, you'd give him perfect... for Cell, I forgot to mention Cell. We'll go back here. Cell could have his imperfect and semi-perfect forms, of course. That seems to make sense. Frieza, I would say, because of the fact that they're all skins and they all got to be the same height, I would only make his original base form, his final form here, and then maybe Golden Frieza as his variants. I'd assume they're not going to do anything that's only in the manga, so you probably wouldn't see Black Frieza in there the same way that they didn't put Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo in. They didn't even give Vegeta his Ultra Ego form either, so that's at least something you could do with Frieza. Goku Black, I mean, this was a really popular villain, I think. He's evil Goku, even though he's really not technically. He's somebody who stole Goku's body. But I think that a Goku Black skin would actually be very cool. And see, the thing is that I don't really care much about the pickaxes for Dragon Ball characters since they all mostly fight, in hand-to-hand combat and with energy beams. But like, Goku Black could have his aura conjure up his like Goku Black's signature move is his beam sword that he makes. The little, like a short sword that he forms a blade with his aura that extends from his hand. Like, that's similar to skins in the game that already exist. There are pickaxes like that for like the custom superheroes. And Storm. I put Storm's pickaxe of the lightning on her hand on Kakashi. I said that's a nice substitute if you want to give him the illusion of having the lightning blade technique, the Chidori. Like, I thought that was kind of clever. Or a nice little workaround for something that's not in the game, so you can like pretend that's what it is. But you could also have him he uses an energy scythe. There are scythes in Fortnite. Have it change. You can choose which one of his aura skins you want, pickaxes you want to use. Do you want to use the hand blade, or do you want to use the scythe? I think that would be perfect for him. Base form and Super Saiyan Rose. There you go. Maybe you could release Goku Black with a Zamasu skin, and then have one of Zamasu's alts be merged Zamasu. And again, the same thing where like you can customize that, like another energy pickaxe for him because he uses that too. Maybe a corrupted Zamasu skin. I don't know how that would work with him being like having one big arm and one little arm. I don't know, because when Zamasu gets corrupted, his one of his arms, I think it's his right arm, just becomes just massive. So I don't know how that would work as a skin, but I think just regular Zamasu, and you could put that giant halo that appears on his back after he initially fuses. That would be a pretty cool back bling. Hit, he's a hitman. I mean, he's cool. Put him in there. I think there's really nothing else to say about Hit because there's not really much to him. He's just a hitman who's very strong. I just think he looks cool. He would fit in well with Fortnite. Going back to like the Future Trunks arc and stuff from Super, she's just a human, Future Mai, but she uses guns, so she could fit right in. Not a lot of Fortnite characters, not a lot of Dragon Ball characters use guns in the modern age. So she was actually trying to take down Goku Black with a sniper rifle. So next time you want to put some sniper rifles in the game, remember Mai. And then, like, again, as we're trying to find, again, Dragon Ball, majority of the characters are male. So you want a female skin, and she uses guns. There's launch. Easy. Have the purple hair launch in there with her little bubbly face, and then the yellow hair launch in there. Make her sneeze and transform as a built-in emote. It's right there. The ideas are just right there in front of you. You can do these. I know that like they've kind of buried lunch, I guess that's her original Japanese name, but they've mostly written this character out of the story, which is sad. But I don't know if they would be willing to dust her off just for a Fortnite skin. They might, though. What else we got here? Another one, the missed opportunity with the Gohan skin, a Great Saiyaman variant. You could do that. Give him, I would hate to see the Great Saiyaman pose locked as a built-in emote, but you could give him that. You could, with his helmet and his little turban shades combo here. Maybe have the cape be a back bling you can take on and off. Maybe you can take the turban and sunglasses off too, because that is just Gohan underneath. Give him Super Saiyan if he's not wearing the turban or something. You can just set all these as different style options for him. You don't have to give him a Super Saiyan transformation, not this one. But and then of course, like, you could do a gag character. Mr. Satan as a skin would be really funny. I mean, I doubt they would actually call him Mr. Satan though, but they could call him Hercule. I mean, that's what that they flip back and forth between for the English version of calling him Mr. Satan and Hercule. I guess it just depends on who they're trying to appeal to. I think even sometimes in the uncut version of the dub, they still will sometimes slip in a Hercule, but I don't know. Sometimes the media gets confusing, like how a lot of the Dragon Ball games will still refer to Super Saiyan Blue as Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan instead of just the simplified Blue. I don't get it. But anyway, I think that's all the characters that I was like, this could be, which you could put any number of Dragon Ball characters in. You put Tien, Yamcha, pretty much any Dragon Ball character, people would eat up as a skin. But now I want to talk about like emotes. We didn't get any new emotes with this collab, which is aggravating. Because I don't count built-in emotes as like true emotes. Because like, yes, they're cool, they look cool, but they are locked to one character. So what could you do? Well, let's look at some different choices we have here. And I hope this works. I haven't tested it out yet. Oh, well, I forgot. Oh, holy crap. Broly. Yeah. Broly. Both Brolys. You could do a whole thing for Broly. Why is this not going backwards? Anyway. Oh, wait. Pause. I did that myself. Broly. Super Broly or Z Broly. I don't know if you would want to do those as individual skins, or do them as like, this is just Broly, and you can pick between whether it's he looks like this or he looks like this. And like before, I had said, no, you can't put Broly in there. He's too big. Kind of like I don't think the Hulk would be in there. He's just too big. But they put the Hulk in there. Yes, the Hulk is canonically much larger than pretty much everybody else in the game. So he shouldn't fit in that sort of idea, but they put him in there. So there's no reason, if they can shrink the Hulk down to make him a skin for the game, then they can shrink Broly down to put him in the game too. Just like Vegeta is canonically like a lot shorter than Goku, though it depends on which episode of the anime you're watching. Sometimes they appear to be pretty close to each other. In some episodes, they're almost the same height. In some episodes, Vegeta is much shorter. He's supposed to be very short. But anyway, so that's the character roster. Now let's get into something else. Emotes. I can't believe we still don't have a Spirit Bomb emote. Like, I think it would be really cool to have an emote where you just do, like, share your energy emote. And you put your hands up, and maybe you glow a little bit where your energy's leaving you, and it just keeps you still. Maybe you're actually forming a spirit bomb above your head, and it forms, and you can see it there. Like, you can't throw it or anything. It's just the energy is growing. Maybe it grows slowly over time until it hits a maximum size or something. I don't know. I think that would get a little complicated. But even just an emote where you throw your hands up, and they can make it random as to whether you do the two-handed version or the one-handed version that some of the characters do. And you just glow a little bit where you see like the energies leaving your body in like little sparkles. I think that would be enough. What else we got here? The Great Salmon pose again. Like if you want to do a salmon skin, I could understand why they would maybe lock that to the skin. But I think it would be funny to see like Batman or the Predator do the salmon pose. Like, that's the funny thing about these skins and these emotes is that when you can mix and match them, some of them are really funny. What we got next here? We got the dead Yamcha meme. Like, come on, man. We already did have one emote where you just drop on the ground. And people were actually using that emote. I can't remember what it was called, but people were using that emote because of how quick it initially let your character just drop to the ground and lay flat as a dodge mechanic. And it worked. It worked so well to the point that they actually slowed down the dropping animation. They edited the emote to slow it down so that people couldn't use it for quick dodges. So yeah, as long as the character's just laying down, there's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, like do the iconic pose. Maybe Maybe even have it like a Cyberman jumps on their chest and explodes, and then like a cloud of dust shows up, and they're just laying on the ground. I mean, that might be a little too much, but I mean, Dead Yamcha is just, it's just funny. It's a meme. So it's enough of a meme that they actually memed it in the show itself in the baseball episode of Dragon Ball Super. Frieza's pose, the iconic Frieza pose. Like, again, I wouldn't want this locked just to Frieza, but I could see that like as a built-in emote for him. I could also potentially see Frieza's little hover chair, hover throne, whatever you want to call it, as a emote. I would rather it be one of used as one of those little miniature riding vehicles that we've gotten in Fortnite over the years, like the little lowrider with the hydraulics in it, the little monster truck that was in the battle pass, the little the small Star Wars racer things that you could buy from that. There are a lot of little vehicles in the game, but you may not even necessarily. I guess you couldn't. Well, you wouldn't call it little because he fits in it. So you just call it Frieza's chair or Frieza's or something like that, or the Emperor's the Emperor's throne or something like that, and that you and have it be traversal. It can float. Trunks's burning attack gesture, that's pretty iconic as well. You could have that as an emote to give to characters as long as you have the little sound effects and everything. And then he just does the pose and then that's it. As long as it ends with like the hand pose. Like we don't like if you could find a way to make some of these key attacks actually into emotes, like I just thought about it. I don't have the gift save for it, but like Yamcha's Spirit Ball, where he forms a spirit ball out of his hand and he's controlling it around. You can make it do something goofy like bonk him on the head or something. Like, you could do that as an emote. I wish I had thought about that before I got my images together. Instant transmission would be a cool emote. You just have the character stand there, put their fingers on their forehead, disappear for a second, and then come back. And you could get away with doing this without it being a dodge mechanic by making it like you've got to do the emote, you stand still for like 2 or 3 seconds with your fingers on your head, and then you disappear for a second and come back. Like, that way you have to stand perfectly still to see the emote and actually get the dodge to actually have your character become invisible for just like a split second. So you're leaving yourself wide open for an attack to get this full dodge. So I think that would balance it out, just like the dropping mechanic of that other emote that they've already gotten. Now, to top this off, I think you could reference the show again by when you do the emote and your character does disappear and come back, you've got Master Roshi's glasses on. Because that was a comical little moment for him to show off that move in the show. He adjusts his little glasses there because the Matrix emotes give you glasses too. It gives you Nero's or whatever it is. You've got little shades on when you do the Matrix emotes. So what else we got here? I'm trying to remember. Uh-oh. Why did this one not work? Huh. That's weird. Well, the next one was supposed to be a GIF of Gohan flying over the ocean. For some reason, it's not playing. But, I don't know why. Anyway, so skipping that one, I'd like to see them either change the way that the boosting key emotes or whatever, charging boost emotes that were in that little small Dragon Ball Battle Pass that was out in for the first collab. I'd like to see them edit it to give you options to customize that, because you only get to use that generic white key. And like various forms and characters have different colored keys in the show, so for them all to just get the generic white one that most of the characters have anyway by default, like Super Saiyans R is yellow. And I don't think they have to necessarily like make the lightning for like Super Saiyan 2 and 3 an edit style, but I mean, I think that would be kind of cool to do it like that. Because the funny thing is that Beerus, if you use those boosting key emotes on Beerus, they react to the fact that it's Beerus by giving him purple God key instead of the generic regular white key. So I don't know why they only made that something to do with Beerus and not make it like edit, like you could edit the color of the key or the style of the key or anything like that, or make it react to the fact that like Goku's in Super Saiyan. So because like when you transform your characters, their key changes to yellow in the built-in emotes. So why is it not reacting to the fact that it's in this particular form? That's something I would change. But anyway, back to since I don't have the Gohan thing, you could have the key, have them flying surrounded by key as a glider, because Superman basically has that. The Superman skin, if you equipped it, basically has Superman evoked in a red aura as he's descending because he's flying, and he even gets his own unique like dive animation. That Superman is the only one where he's got his one arm out with his other arm pulled beside his waist, like his classic iconic flight pose. He's the only skin that gets that. For the Dragon Ball skins, just make it a glider where you're surrounded by Dragon Ball ki as you descend. I think that would be cool. Maybe that could even serve as a contrail as your ki is coming. Is like you could see your ki trail as you fall, so it looks like you're flying. I mean, that would be cool. You're flying as if you would in Dragon Ball. Another fun emote I think would be cool is have the character do some martial arts moves. There are several martial arts themed emotes in the game already, but Dragon Ball is known for how lightning fast the characters fight and how the animation, presents that with the very fast sound effects of like punches like hitting and being blocked at lightning fast speed. So you could do something like that where your characters basically shadow boxing with themselves in like this super fast super fast Dragon Ball style thing. I think it would be a nice little tribute to how fast the characters fight in the show. And then a Dragon Radar emote, actually. I know the Dragon Radar is in the game as a back bling, but I think it would be cool to have a little emote where you pull out the Dragon Radar, you activate it, you hear the little beep, the little beep that it does when there's a Dragon Ball nearby. Make that traversal where you've got it out and you're looking, and you can have it maybe just randomly speed up or slow down depending, or you can just have it do a steady beeping so that it doesn't appear like you're getting closer to Dragon Ball. It's just beeping. Like, that would be cool just to have the sound effect in there and make it look like you're looking for Dragon Balls. I think that would be a cool little emote. And then I think this is the last one I've got for you, is a throwback emote to early Dragon Ball where Goku and Krillin are training with Master Roshi by carrying milk everywhere and even skipping along. That's actually a mission in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 where you have to deliver milk to get some rewards and stuff, and you can't spill them or break them. So you have to do it really slow. It's kind of annoying, but like that would be a nice little reference for an emote to classic Dragon Ball. And that's the last one I got for you now. And I've talked for this. I kind of wish I didn't ramble as much, but I had a lot of ideas out here, and I'm sure I could come up with more. But I really wanted to show off like things they could do for future stuff. And I hope that, if somebody at Epic watches this and you get some ideas, please do. Because I want to see more Dragon Ball stuff in Fortnite. And guys, I'm just a big fan of Dragon Ball, and I think there's a lot of fun people could have with these characters by taking stuff out of Dragon Ball, making them into emotes and stuff. I think you could have a lot of fun with that. So anyway, hope you guys, if you made it this far, this is a half-hour video now. I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, like and subscribe if you would, and let me know in the comments, what do you want to see from Fortnite and Dragon Ball in the future? Leave a comment again, and maybe you can add some ideas to mine. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next Dragon Ball collab they do, because I'm sure there will be another one. And I look forward to talking about it when it drops. Until then, I'm out of here.